Welcome to the end of the month. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Man with the Show. You know, these stories that come out every day. This is the reason why Hollywood is just imploding in itself. This is why it's dead. This is why it's only just a shard of what it used to be. This is why independent media, independent producers, young producers like on YouTube and various other social media sites are rising to the occasion. Because basically you have those in Hollywood who claims that they're trying to create a whole new world, not realizing that they're destroying, and I will say this, they are destroying pieces of artistic excellence. Yeah, that's right. That's, you know, you clicked on this and you say, what does that have to do with Star Wars? You know, when you create something and it's well liked by a lot of people, I call it a piece of artwork, because basically it is just, you know, it's beautiful in its simplicity. You have a movie series created by George Lucas, has spawned off some television series, and then just basically bought off by freaking the corporation Disney and destroying it piece by piece by piece. Today, well, it's the end of the name of a well-beloved character of his own spacecraft, the Slave One. That's right, Disney is removing the name Slave One from Boba Fett's ship, just calling it Boba Fett's ship. Just like in the comic, what was the name of that ship? Which the Rock was that little? And I'm not talking about the Rock the wrestler. I'm talking about that piece of rock. You know, just gets you mad. The reason we know this is that this is going by Pirates and Princesses, and I would advise you check out the article yourself. Very good site. This is by the guys who do Clownfish TV, and it happens to be a very good article. But what we understand is that at a Lego, it's a sort of a convention type, introducing new product to the that's coming out for the consumers. It's like a Lego Fan Media Days event. They were introducing all the new products that are coming out. One of them, it happens to be a Star Wars Slave One, but it doesn't say Slave One on the package. It says Boba Fett's Starship. And when they were asked, why was it called Boba Fett Starship? Well, you know, it's because of all the inclusion, stuff like that. This is all the things that are changing. Everything is going to be changing Slave One. That means everything that comes out now that has the Slave One ship on it will not be called Slave One. I mean, you have the book of Boba Fett coming out at the end of this year. And, you know, they're trying to push this and stuff like that. And meanwhile, they're going to change the ship. You know, now we're going to see what they're going to be doing. This is Disney. This is the inclusion that they're going to be doing. You know, checking off the boxes. You know, saying that we have to have this, diversity and stuff like that. This is total bullshit.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people.
Total fucking bullshit when it comes to the company. They don't care about the fans. You know how you take care of this? With your pocket. You don't buy the product anymore. You stop. You know, and I did not want to say this for the reason is that there are people involved in between that, you know, they have to work, they make these products, they have the jobs and stuff like that. But unfortunately, this is how these companies are treating fans of various different movies. They treat them the intellectual properties. They call them intellectual properties. But these are stories. These are items of artwork that have been made, that have been around for decades. Some of them even longer. They've taken them, ripped them apart, changing them and says, oh, we have to have this one, and we have to have something of this in nature and on that. But meanwhile, the main corporation itself, who's asking for diversity and all of that, is allowed to basically okay with what's going on in China, filming in China where there are slaves, where there have been concentration camps that are going on, and they're okay with that. They're totally okay with that. They're okay when another country takes the poster of their main movie and removes one of the main characters and pushes them into the corner. They push them into the corner so that they're not well seen. Or put a helmet on them so they don't even see who the actor is. You know, it's about time we just stop buying. We already started, a lot of people stopped watching Disney Plus. It's time to go further than that. It's time to stop going to the theme parks. It's time to stop buying their products and all that. If this is how they're going to treat all this product that they have bought over and just change just to appease political bullshit. Let me tell you, all these people that complain about these things where they say, there's not enough diversity and stuff like that, they're not even fans. They've maybe caught 5 seconds of a Star Wars movie.
Morons.
I mean, here, not to bring up any spoilers on here, in the Bad Batch, guess what? Boba has a so-called possible sister now, the way things are going. If you didn't watch the last episode, because you had Omega, who is a clone of the Clone Troopers of a female version. So it's like Boba has a sister. Oh, how nice. Is this going to be thrown into the Book of Boba? I don't know. I hope not. It's because the Bad Batch hasn't been that great. The last 2 episodes were okay because they had Cad Bane back and stuff like that. But that's just only to pull you in.
I fucking knew it! Oh!
To say, hey, we put this favorite character of yours from the Clone Wars in. Come watch our show. It's a circus with them. It is a circus. Until Disney can look at themselves and say, hey, listen, we're fucking up with the fans. We need to respect the customer. These little 1%ers over here, they're not your customers. They don't pay for things. They just complain. Look at who is truly complaining.
Wing activists. They say, nice hobby that you have. It's a little bit sexist, don't you think? Maybe you better let us in to fix it. Bitch, it wasn't made for you. You had no business coming in here and ruining it.
They're the ones with the money in their hands and putting it back in their pockets. You already see it in their other divisions. Marvel, guess what? You just got beaten out by mangas from Japan. In fact, one manga. Just one. That's Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is selling out in the U.S. Barnes & Noble is not going to be able to refill them because there's a shortage of them, there's a high demand until October. We're coming out with that story a little bit later down the line. You'll understand what's going on there. But still, how can you have the whole entire comic book industry lose out to one comic? To one story? It's just amazing. It's just total amazing. The thought processes in these corporations. And it's the same thing with Hollywood. Hollywood is doing the same thing. I just saw the trailer for Candyman. Holy crap, is that going to be just a biggest turd you've ever seen. They've taken another movie, a really good horror film, and turned it upside down. Thank you, Jordan Peele. I no longer respect you because you've become a total nitwit, a political hack. In some parts, a racist as well. Yeah, I'm calling you a racist. After those things you said, well, I will not hire a white guy on there to be a lead in my movie. You know, guess what? There are laws that are around on the books. And eventually they're going to come around and bite you in the ass. Because when you say stuff like that, There are people watching, and they're gathering information. When they have enough, then the lawsuits will come out. And by all means, say that it's not. It is. There are those willing to sue out there. They're just waiting for that point. You ever see Scarface, that scene where basically they're funneling the money and they say, oh, we got him, but we want to get him at a certain dollar point? That's what they're waiting for. Facebook is now being charged in situations that are going on right now doing sex trafficking. They said, oh, no, we have 230 protection. Judge has already said 230 is not going to save you. We'll see what that case goes on, but still, think about that for a minute. All these corporations that they're trying to throw diversity and stuff like that, they just basically, it is just pandering. They think they're doing good. People are not liking it. They're not liking any of this. And considering that they've taken this apart with Slave 1, this will always be Slave 1 to me. What, are you going to change the electronics field? Because there's master and slave in electronics. Are you going to change that too as well? This is the mentality that they want to throw. They want past history to go away. And you can't do that. The only way you can go forward is to understand the history behind it. We learn from history. For you to take apart movies, TV series, books, words in the dictionary, education, you see what's going on in the schools right now. This part of the major problem in this is what they're teaching kids in schools. Parents, listen to me. Don't spend money in college for your children. Send them to trade school. Send them to regular colleges locally, your city colleges. Don't let them take all these diversity classes or anything like that. Have them go learn a trade. Learn to work with your hands. Learn to educate yourself by physically picking up something and making it. They can do it. They can do it. They have the capability. But see, the people out there that are teaching out there says you can't because you're put down by a certain race. No, it's not. You could do it. Morgan Freeman says you just pull up your belt and stuff like that and go do it. It's possible. Don't listen to what they're telling you. Go out and do it yourself. People tell me, don't do this channel on YouTube. You're not going to get anywhere or anything like that. I said, you can't stop me from doing it. I'm going to do it. I don't care. I like doing it. I enjoy doing these shows. I'm looking to basically entertain you. Maybe educate you in a little way, in certain ways. Bring out things that you've not heard of. Our Saturday Pre-Flight, that show there is there to bring back things that maybe you haven't heard of. Movies, TV series, stuff that you never heard of before. Right now, we're in the middle of going into that third part, which will be airing in about a week. It won't be on this Friday, but in about a week, about how in the 90s, movie studios had the balls. They had the balls to go out and make real good content, real good TV shows. We got the third part coming up. That's Prime 10, P10, which helped put out Babylon 5 at the time. One of the greatest science fiction TV series ever made. You know, people say, well, you know, you can't make Blazing Saddles these days. You can't make this, that. Who says so? They say, well, you know, you'll be canceled out. Bullshit. Go ahead. Let them try to cancel you out. If you have the will, the strength to make the product, you will get it out there. Someone will listen to you. And someone will listen when you're upset about this itself. What they've done to this particular product, to this spaceship, which is very iconic. You know, Boba Fett is one of my favorite characters. And that ship, I love that ship, the way it moves and stuff like that, and the weapons and everything that they've put on it. Yes, I've gone on for a bit, and we've reached this part of the video. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, like, share this video, because unfortunately, YouTube is still shadow banning us. Yes, that's right. It's still shadow banning us. We've done the research. We know that it's being done to us because we have several other social media platforms that are smaller that are doing more views than certain product that we put here. Now, this week, as I said before, Saturday Pre-Flight will not be airing. It's the holiday weekend. Take some time off. It will return to its regular spot Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern, starting the first week of July after the holiday. Man with the Show will be airing through this week. Next week, we will not be airing a Tuesday episode. We will restart on Wednesday. We'll be back on Wednesday. So it gives us a little time us to get back into production kicks after the holiday. So thank you for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye now.